many of you got an imagination? Well, I want you to imagine a time where there were no mobile phones. I want you to imagine a time where there was no internet. Can anybody remember that time? No. Only the old ones at the back remember it, not you young ones at the front. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was when I started work in 1964. So my name is Will Kintish. For 36 years as an accountant, and on the 31st of May this year, I will have been doing this job, showing people how to develop your networking skills. What I've realized, because my marketplace over the last few years has been the professional, financial, technical, and academic worlds, that those people generally love a process. So many years ago, I've developed a process, and the process is here. If you're going to go networking, the first part of the process is accepting the invitation. So congratulations, guys, you've passed the first test. You see, when you accept the invitation, you're going to start to meet people. And then we start to build relationships. Well, whether you like it or not, me, you, and the whole world, we all network from about the age of 2 years old. And there are 3 key steps to building relationships. K, L, T. The first step in the building of a relationship, which hopefully you're going to do lots of today, is to get to know somebody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most important word I ever utter when it comes to relationship building is like, because people buy people. I hate that phrase, but do we all agree? People buy people before they buy the product or service. And most importantly, people trusted me. Now, if you think about it, every relationship that you have at this moment that has got any meaning to it whatsoever has got to start with the no. And if you want the relationship to go past about 5 minutes, people have got to like you, because if they don't like you, they'll never do business with you. We'd all love to think that we are a unique business and we've got no competition. So if you want to build trust, you have to be 100% reliable. There are only 2 rules in my business. Rule 1, do what you say you're going to do. Rule 2, do it when you say you're going to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, networking is building a relationship. Do not mix up networking and selling. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you in any role, at the end of the day, to bring in business is the hardest thing. Do we all agree that getting new clients is the hardest thing? A nod from 8 of you, I'll take that as a majority. So how are we going to do it? Well, let's go back to the process. It's all about relationship building. So we've accepted the invitation, we start to meet people, we start to build relationships. The number 1 core skill of good networkers is to ask good, intelligent questions. So for example, when it comes to asking questions, there's 3 key areas. First of all is the icebreaker. Then there is the general small talk. And then there is the business questions. I'm interesting because I've come to your stand. You've got to find out about me. The most interesting people we ever meet are those who are most interested in us. Ladies and gentlemen, when you start asking people about their business, try and do it in an orderly fashion. What's your marketplace? How do you do your marketing? How do you get your business? How's business? Questions about the past. If you meet anybody today who owns their own business or is a senior member of that business, make sure you always ask this question. How did you get started in that? How long's the company been going? Asking people questions about their future. So where do you see your business going in the next couple of years? So, we've accepted the invitation, we're meeting people, we're building relationships, we're asking questions. You might spot whether anybody has a need for your services. You can't create need, but if you ask all the right questions, they might say something to you which culminates in the big moment. It's called the aha moment. What will somebody say to you today in this room that makes your heart race a bit faster and you go, aha? When you spot the aha moment, do not go into selling mode. Keep asking more questions, and what do? We then say, have you got a card? Shall we exchange cards? Headline: the most important thing about business cards is getting theirs. You meet somebody today, you ask them for their business card. You look at the card, you find something to comment on about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here today to create a platform to do business next week. Have you got me? No business is going to happen today unless you're very, very lucky. Now, I want you to follow up with a phone call. And this is what you're going to say. Here's your script. I'm phoning today to see if we can arrange to get together, meet face to face, so I can find out more about your business. Have you got it? Not to tell you what we do, to find out more about your business. Does it make sense, this process? Invitation, you're all here. Meet people, you are doing. Build relationships, I hope you are. Ask questions. More time being interested than interesting. You might spot a need. Aha! It was worth giving a day up to Bolton. Then you ask permission to call them. What is the big and then you meet them. Ladies and gentlemen, think they have a problem, you have the solution. By matching them together, we can do business. But they will only buy from you when they're ready, willing and able. I follow up until they tell me to get lost. So there we go. That's the process. We often forget what people have said to us. And we often forget what people do to us. But we never forget how people make us feel. Because that, in my view, is what business is all about. Can I have a nod to that? On that note, it's lovely to have met you. Come and talk to me. I'm going to give free advice all day. After that, you're going to pay heavy. Mubarak, thank you for inviting me. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.